Okay, so let's begin the session. Screen clear है सभी को?
Yes, sir.
Screen. Okay. So in the last lecture we have discussed some topics based on Unit 2. We were talking about physical layer. We have already discussed about frequency, wavelength, in this lecture we will cover some more characteristics of signal: amplitude, bandwidth, attenuation, and phase. So let's discuss on amplitude. So if you want to define the term amplitude of a signal, it is a height of the signal. Let's understand this topic by making some diagrams. Amplitude of signal. Let's suppose it is a signal. So consider this analog signal. And a signal having a certain point of high and a signal having certain low point. This is a high point of the signal and this is a low point of signal. So every crest and trough having certain different size. This is the size, this is the height of the signal. In the second wave, this is the height of the signal. And if we talk about this wave, it having a very less height. So in a single signal, so crest and trough are there. Every crest having different height. So if we talk about the amplitude of a signal, so we are talking about the height of the signal. So in definitions, height of the signal is called amplitude. This is high amplitude. And this is low amplitude. So I hope you clear the characteristics of signal, which is amplitude, which is nothing, the height of the signal. It may be high, it may be low. So if signal having high amplitude, that means the peak point will be greater. If a signal having low amplitude, the peak point will be low. This is the amplitude of the signal. Next one is bandwidth. Lower and upper limit of frequency band is called bandwidth. So lower and upper limit of a frequency band. Every frequency have its upper point and its lower point. If we combine upper point and lower point, this means from here to this point. It's called the bandwidth, or you can say the crust and the trough. The difference between trough and crust is called the bandwidth. It says us the total capacity of data which is going to be traveled from source to destination by using some transmission media. And every transmission medium can have its own bandwidth. Some medium can transfer the data in KB, some medium transfer the data in Mbps, and some medium transfer the data by Gbps, gigabit per second. So every transmission medium can have a different bandwidth, which tells us the bulk of data or capacity of data. So upper and lower limit of frequency is called bandwidth. Next one is attenuation. Attenuation means gradually loss of intensity or energy of any wave is called attenuation. So gradually loss of intensity. Intensity and energy is the terms which suppose a signal having high amplitude, it has a high energy or high intensity. So as you can see here in this signal, it have a high amplitude. We can say it has high energy. So it may be possible that signal, if it start from this point and goes certain long kilometer, it goes low amplitude, and it lost their energy. So if it lost their energy, the amplitude will be low. So in this point, it having high amplitude, we can say a signal having high energy. But at this point, it's low amplitude. It become low because it lost the energy. So we can say this is a diagram of loss of energy. Initially, it have a greater amplitude, so we can say it have greater energy. But gradually, it is losing energy. So this diagram shows the loss of energy and the loss of energy called attenuation. Is the characteristic of it got attenuated or attenuation. Right? So amplitude is height of the signal, bandwidth, the lower and upper limit of frequency band is called bandwidth. Attenuation, gradually loss of intensity or energy of any waves is called attenuation. Now the sixth characteristics of signal is phase. Difference between two waves is called phase. Let's understand by its diagram. So if we talk about the phase of a signal, so we have to consider two signals starting from any point. Let's suppose this is the first signal which we have draw by using the black ink, and the another signal we have drawn by red. So the another signal, second signal, start from 90 degree, and the first signal start from 0 degree. This is the 0 degree, and this is 90 degree. If both the signal starts from different angle or different degree, there might be a phase difference between. So if two signals start from different degree or different angle, there might be difference between phase. If both the signals start from the same degree, there is 0 degree of phase difference. So we have created one signal starting from 0 degree, and we are going to create a new signal start from 90 degree. So let's draw the 90 degree of phase difference. When signal reaches 90 in this way, So we can find out the phase difference between two signal. That means the first signal start from 0 degree. In the same way, the second signal start from 90 degree. So always both the signal having phase difference 90 degree. So we can calculate phase difference between two waves. Right. Next one is, okay, fine. So these are some characteristics of physical. These are the characteristics of signal or waves, which are related terms of physical layer. So frequency, wavelength, amplitude, bandwidth, attenuation, and phase. Now we can understand what is the work of physical layer, because the physical layer is responsible for transferring the data in signal, electromagnetic waves, electrical waves, or optical waves. These are the waves which are created by the physical layer. So every signal having certain frequency, wavelength, amplitude, bandwidth, attenuation, and phase. Now you can understand, if we talk that the signal gets attenuated, you understand the meaning of attenuation. That means there might be a loss of energy, right? So 20 kbps is the bandwidth of the signal. Now you can understand what I'm talking about. Now signal gets low amplitude, high amplitude. That means you understand what's happening in the signal actually. There is 270 degree of phase difference between two signals. So you can understand what is phase of signal. Now there are some network devices uh, which works on different layer. So let's talk about some network devices, and we also get to know from where it is working on. We have a 7 different layer of OSI reference model. So hub, switch, bridge, repeater, router, and NIC card, proxy server, modem. So these are some network devices which we have to know. GTU mostly ask a short note on that point, so you should understand very carefully. Let's discuss on hub. It is an unintelligent network device that sends one signal to all of the stations connected to it. So hub is unintelligent device because it sends packet to all the ports. Let's understand it by the diagram. If you purchase a hub, it will look like this. It having even number of ports means you can purchase hub by even number of port. It may be a 2 port, it may be a 4 port, it may be 8, 16, 32, like that. So let's consider there is a 4 port of hub. This is the hub device, and it is comes into the network device category because it is used to create a network. Now it is called unintelligent device. What happen when some systems are connected? Let's suppose 4 port we have, so we can connect most of 4 computer system with switch. Now this is suppose connection. So hub is called an intelligent device. What happened with that hub when it receive packet? Suppose this is the IP address of machine 192.168.1. Suppose 5. This suppose 1.6. This machine suppose 1.7, 1.8. Now this becomes the source machine. Suppose 1.5 machine start data. This is the source machine and this is the destination. So 1.5 wants to transfer data packets to 1.8. So it will send data packet to switch, because switch is the device which connected in the network, and by switch there are so many computers are connected together and create a local area network. This is one kind of local area network. So it is an unintelligent device because it transfer packets. This packet is transfer by IP address 192.168.1.5, but hub transfer this packet to all the port. It will transfer to port number second, third, and fourth. Now every port receive the same packet. Due to these reasons, every computer also receive the same packet. But only there is only single intended user or a destination which is 8.1. So it will accept the packet. It will accept packet because in the packet header section there is the IP address 192.168.1.8. It is the destination machine. So hub transferred data packets from 1.5 to 1.8, but it also transferred the same data packets to all the ports, all the machines. So 1.6 and 1.7, what it does with the packet, it will simply reject to that packet, because in the header part, in the header section of packet, there is no destination address matching. So if there is no match, the data packet will be lost by the ports. So this packet gets lost. This packet again gets lost. So this is not to be done because since it is called unintelligent device. So hub is an unintelligent device, network device that sends one signal to all of the stations connected to it. All computer devices are competing for attention because it takes the data that comes into port and sends it out all other ports in the hub, as I told you in the graphic. Now it is resides on layer 1. That means hub is a part of OSI reference model and it is a part of physical layer. Because we are designing a local area network, we require some cable network devices. So it is resides on layer 1, that is physical layer. So question maybe arises in one marks, the name of devices which resides on layer 1 or a physical layer. So your answer should be hub. Now, second is switch. It is again a network device which is used to create a local area network. Let's understand. Switch is a device which split the large network into a small segments, decreasing the number of users sharing the same network resources and bandwidth. So first of all, the switch, it is used for creating a local area network. Second, it split large network into small segments, decreasing the number of users sharing the same network resources and bandwidth. Understand when two devices want to talk to each other and gives them a switched connection. It is an intelligent device. Likewise, a hub is transfer packet to all the ports, but switch does not do like that. So there is a difference between switch and hub. Hub was unintelligent, where switch is intelligent device. So initially, it will take data packet from a machine, source machine, which having IP address 192.168.1.5, and it looks in the header section, the destination address is 1.8. So it will transfer the data packet to only 1.8. Will not transfer to data packet. It will not transfer the data packet to every port. So due to this, there is a less traffic or there is no traffic overhead in the network. So packet will transferred by the switch from source to destination ports only. That is the strength of switch. So 1.8 accept the packet and 1.6 and 1.7 will not overwhelming problem. Help prevent data collisions. As I told you, it transfer the data packet to the proper destination machine. So there is no traffic in the network. So if there is no traffic in the network, there is no collision occurs. Collision is a network terms which defines that if two packet meet at point, it gets collide. If this packet moves in this direction and the same path, the another packets are coming from this direction, it gets collide and the resultant is the loss of data. So in the hub device, there are so many collisions occur, so many packet loss occur, but in switch, there is no collision occur. So it is intelligent device. So it help to prevent data collision and reduce network congestion because no more extra packets will be the part of network. Therefore, increasing network performance. Now, in which layer it is existing? So it resides on layer 2, that is data link layer. So switch is a device, it is a network device which resides on data link layer, that is the second layer of OSI reference model. Now the third device is bridge. It is again a network device. What is the purpose of bridge? So it connects local area networks and forward and filter the data packets between them. So there might be a situation occurs in your organizations, you want to connect to different lanes. So bridge is a device which connect two different lanes and the forwarding of data and filtering of data packets between those networks. This is the basic purpose of bridge device. Now forwarding of data packets depending on the MAC address. This is very important terms about bridge. It works on media access control address, MAC address. It is a physical address and it is a unique address provided by manufacturer to a single device. It is not work on IP address, which is a network address. So Breeze always works on MAC address. Transparent to protocol and to higher level devices like router. And it resides on layer 2 in the OSI reference model. So Breeze and switch, it is a part of layer 2, which is data link layer, and hub is the part of physical layer, that is layer 1 of OSI reference model. Now come to the next network device, repeater. Sometimes what happen, as I defining the terms attenuation means high energy signal loses its energy as it reaches to the destination. If the destination machine is quite longer and there are so many distance between source and source machine and destination machine, so signal may lose their energy during the propagation. So what does the repeater? It used to boost the signal between two cable segment, whether it may be a wired or wireless. So if you want to boost your signal, you required a device, you required a network device called repeater. So two types of repeaters are available for wired LAN and wireless LAN. Now repeater cannot connect different network architecture. Does not simply amplify the signal, it regenerates the packets and resend them. Amplify means to boost up the signal. So it does not only amplify the signal, if required, it regenerates the signal also. Now, it resides on layer 1. So it is again a part of physical layer in the OSI reference model. Okay, the next is a router. It is again a network device, a device that connects any number of LANs. Like switch can also connect to different LANs. Router is also connect any number of LANs. Uses standardized protocol to move packet efficiently to their destination. So router, we know it is a network device which provide route to our packets so that it can start from the origin and reach to the destination successfully. So in order to reach in their destination, it required some algorithms, which is called routing algorithm. So by putting some code of statement, by putting some instructions, we write some algorithms. That algorithms gives intelligence to the router. So our algorithm tells us what should be the shortest path, what should be the least cost path. After generating the least cost path or shortest path, it start from that path, it follow the path and reach to the destination. So uses standardized protocol to move packet efficiently to their destination. More sophisticated than Breeze, connecting network of different types. For example, star and token rings, both having different structure, different topology, different network structure. So router can connect to different network architecture. Forwards data depending on network IP address. It is work on logical IP, that is network address. It does not work on hardware address, that is MAC. So that is important point. Router deals with logical IP, network address. It does not deal with MAC address. Routers are only one of these 4 devices that will allow you to share a single IP address among multiple network lines. So this is the only one devices. Now NIC, network interface card. This is again some additional network devices. What it does for the network, puts the data into packets and transmit packets onto the network. May be wired or wireless. As we have performed NIC installation, checking whether it is working properly or not. So it may be a wired and wireless. Now there is another network device called gateway, but right now router having built-in gateway. So there is no need for this device in today's era. So connect network with different protocol like TCP/IP network. A router and gateway often refers to the same device. Now proxy server. Next is proxy server means what? Isolates internal network computer from internet. Now why we need to isolate our internal network computers? Because there are chances to hacking of our system. Someone steal our data from the network. Some hackers are there who perform hacking and lost our data. So therefore a proxy server is required. It isolates our network from internet. So first a request come from internet to proxy, then proxy will send information to particular machine. The user first access the proxy server and then proxy server access the internet and retrieves the requested web page or documents. Then gets a copy of that page from the proxy server. So whatever data used by user, it always a copy from the proxy server. Actual surfing, actual data collecting from server is done by the proxy server. So user and web server cannot connect it directly. So there between the web server and user, there is a network device called proxy server. So it is not actually the hardware device. There are some configurations we have to perform in server machine to have a proxy server. And the last device is modem. A modem is a modulator and demodulator. It can change the signal, analog to digital and digital to analog. Right now we have performed the total digitalization, but in previous era, within we talk about the 10 year before, there is a device called modem. We have to connect the broadband line or a telephone line with the modem, and then we are able to run internet in our machine. So we need to convert that signal because telephone lines deals with the analog signal, but our computer is digital machine. It deals with digital signal. So somehow we need to change analog signal to digital signal. So in order to perform these changes, we required a modem device. So modem is modulator and demodulator device that modulates an analog carrier signal to encode digital information and demodulate the signal to decode the transmitted information. The goal is to produce a signal that can be transmitted easily and decoded to reproduce the original digital data. Voice, these signals can be transmitted over telephone lines and demodulated by another modem at the receiver side to receive the digital data. And this is the structure of modem. This is the phone line jack. It comes into a modem, DSL modem. Ethernet cable is fitted on digital modem, and the other end of the Ethernet cable connected with our computer. So in this way, we run the internet in our machine. But right now, the digitalization comes into the era, and we use router and latest devices for running internet in our machine. So these are some network devices which we are talking about. So please prepare these network devices, because GTU always asks some short notes on proxy server, write short note on modem, bridge, router, hub, switch, NIC card, and all that. In the next session, we will discuss some guided transmission media. So this is all about today's lecture content. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt, you can ask a question.